Well, hello, welcome back. And today, as you can see, is Sunday Stitchery. So, I'm working on this panel, the panel we started together. The only difference is that I did come in during the time since we did the mushrooms from the Suffolk Puffs, and I just cut some little circles and I put a French knot in the centre of each circle, A to hold it down, B to make it look a little bit like the pollen, and then I just did some straight line stitches as the flower stems. So very quick, very easy one there. And today I'm going to work in this top panel so that we've got this full. And I thought it would be nice to look at, I hope I'm saying this right, the sashiko stitching. Traditionally used in Asian countries to strengthen cloth, but done in a very decorative way. You will have seen lots of swirls and things that they do. Now I've got a Frixion pen. I've said to you before, I believe, that I got mine in a pack of 2 in Asda, and it was about £3, so they're not majorly expensive, but they're really quite handy to have. Now I'm no artist, so bear with me here, but I thought maybe we could do a leaf line, so then coming up that way, whoops, and then so basically just drawing like a tear. And it doesn't matter too much that I've got extra lines, because the beauty of this Frixion pen is that you can iron it off. So I've just started a centre point, as you can see, and this runs to connect everything. And then I'm going to go up again. And I'm just doing like a teardrop shape, really. Like that. So we've got 5 petals, all, well, not petals, leaves, all coming off of that main line branch. I've got some pre-threaded thread and it's in the pale mushroom colour from the 3 colours that we started in the beginning, and I'm literally just going to start down in this corner. And I'll be honest with you, the hardest part of this is uniform stitches. You need uniform stitch size to make it look really good, but I'm not an expert at that, so I'm just literally doing a running stitch. So I'm going in and I'm coming out, and I'm going in and out and in. You can see, I can see already that they are not even size stitches, so just try again. And then just pull the thread through, and it might be quite hard to see at the moment because of the pen line underneath, but once we iron that pen line off, you'll have a stop-start stitch as an outline pattern on your petals. Now you can obviously do this in any colour, and one of the ways that it's nice to add extra embellishment here is to maybe put, we've got 5 of these stitched leaves, so it might be nice to do, say, 2 or 3 green fabric ones, or, you know, not green because I haven't got green fabrics here, but you know, I could use perhaps that mushroom one as if, you know, it was winter autumn time, and the leaves weren't their most bright and vibrant. And obviously you're following a line, so it really is quite simple. And this is what obviously this panel has been about. It's been about doing something simple, learning some stitches and just relaxing. So up that centre sort of vein line as well. Try to always end on the back, because then you can, and you can see it probably clearer on the back without the pen line, because then you can tie off easier. Can't. Let's pull that a little bit more. There we go. Need to find some scissors. They're a bit overkill, these scissors, aren't they? But there you go. Just trim that. And that's that first leaf. And then I'm just going to start again. And I'm coming back to this main stem line, as it were. Putting that through. And then just going again. And I understand that many people traditionally use this as a form of repair. So if there was a hole in fabric, because obviously at the time fabrics were very, very expensive, and you needed to obviously ensure that you got as much use out of the cost as you could. So it was used very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very sort of utilitarian. It was used on things like denim clothing, which is why traditionally you see it in white stitching on a dark blue background. It's because it was done to make the workwear last much longer. These days it's a great way to yes, strengthen, but also quilt. I mean, you can do this through 2 or 3 layers and get that quilting effect. Sorry, I know I keep turning it around, it's just the way I sew, I'm sorry. You get that quilting effect, and obviously you're strengthening the fabric. You can do it in coloured embroidery threads to make pictures, as the way we are here. So you can use it for all sorts of things. But very traditionally there were set sort of geometric shapes, or lots of straight line running stitches, and it was done, as I say, on work clothes. So there you go. Probably get one more out of this length of thread, and then we're going to have to thread a needle. So back down to this main stem line, coming through, checking where the edge of my thread is, and then just running up this one now. I've thoroughly enjoyed watching all the videos and images that are coming onto YouTube from all of the ladies that are doing the Roxy Creation Stitchery, Journal of Stitchery. I'm also, as you know, doing it, and I'm enjoying doing it very much. It's almost like a bit of an addiction, if I'm honest. As soon as the prompt's up, my brain is racing with ideas of how to portray that prompt. And get started on it, and I'm loving it. I have started another one, I think I told you. Vintage Studio Blends is doing a vintage sewing one, and I'm enjoying that too, but hers are monthly, so for me, you know me, craftaholic, that's almost too far along. I'm not going to be able to get another full one out of here, so I'm just going to leave that thread. So you can see there the lines. Let's get another thread in. And whoops, what's happened here? There we go. Get this threaded onto our needle, and then we can go again. The constant nightmare of threading the needle. I should have bought the lovely needle threaders that Karen sent me, shouldn't I? Whoops. But part of the problem is hubby's popped off out, and I thought, oh, I'll jump in quick and get that done while the house is empty and, well, semi-quiet, because where he's not, I keep only getting one of the two threads, that's the problem, because while he's out, Boo tends to just sleep on the bed. So obviously I've jumped in quick, and that has meant I didn't necessarily think about what I was doing, so consequently I didn't bring my threader. See, Karen, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, can you? You tried, bless you, to make my life easier. I've obviously just got fixation in the challenge. Crazy woman that I am. Okay, so back to our main stem again, although our main stem now, of course, because of that leaf, is started sort of a quarter up the square. So pulling that through, and then we just go again with our running stitch. So we're in and out and in and out, and the actual sashiko needles are very, very long, so that you can get lots and lots of thread, lots and lots of different stitches on your needle before you pull it through, whereas I can only manage to get about 4. I've seen them with sort of 8 or 9 stitches if you watch them doing it. And you can actually buy sashiko stencils so that you can, you know, chalk through or mark through with a frizzen type pen. And I'm not advertising, by the way, I mean, I'm not getting any kickback or anything. It's just that it's the only one I know that is heat removable, although I've heard rumour that it can come back, so I don't know. And then up our centre stem, not stem, you know, the centre of the leaf line. Don't know what that's called. Anybody know what that's actually called? Tie this one off. There we go. So it's just literally a running stitch. It couldn't get much simpler, could it? So this is our last one now. So then I think what I'll do is I'll chop out some of those leaf shapes from that mushroom thread, not thread, fabric, and see if, you know, do like a little bit of a plique, just to sort of add another dimension, just for interest really. So if you are interested in slow stitching then, and you like this, then please consider liking and subscribing. My channel could do with a little bit of love right now. We seem to be suffering a little bit on the view count, and it really helps if you do like and subscribe. I know everybody asks you to do it and you probably get fed up with it, and there's not enough hours in a day to watch all of the videos, but it really does make a difference to the algorithm, and therefore the, you know, the places that YouTube chooses to show the videos. Ow, stabbed myself with a needle. That are made by people, because obviously if YouTube doesn't flash it in front of you, unless you're subscribed, you don't know it's there. So, and it is the fact that YouTube puts it in certain places that make it fall in front of people that haven't been to your channel before. So it would be a super help if you would consider liking and subscribing. Comments are fantastic, but I know they take time, whereas like and subscribe is just a simple click. There you go, look. Now if I bring my iron in, this is a little craft knife that came to me from Santa. I'm going to put that there, and in a minute we'll iron off that ink so that you can see. And while we're doing that, I'm just going to try and cut some of these little leaf shapes. So just sort of teardrop, and then back. Round and down. So we could put one maybe sort of there on the vine, and just try and do another one. So again, just sort of round. It doesn't help that my scissors are not good. Round there. I've got a birthday coming up, and on my birthday list are fabric shears, and then maybe one there, and then I feel like one at the top here. So again, just round, that's quite a thin one, just like that. Okay, so I've got the iron hot, so first of all let's get rid of this. So I'm bringing it right down that side so that you can see. I'm just literally going to lay my iron on, and can you see straight away all that ink's disappeared. Let's go again, try and get the bits that might be underneath the stitches themselves. Turn the iron off, stand that over there to cool down, and then we'll bring back in our leaves. So we had one sort of there, didn't we? So it's coming off the stem again. So just hold it down. You can put a pin in it if you want, but I'm just going to hold mine, and I'm going to run my needle through approximately the centre. So yeah, there, about there. Okay, And then I'm just going to do that same running stitch that we were doing. Oops, don't pull the thread right through, Claire. I think I've pulled the thread. Oh no, I haven't. There you go. Okay. Goodness me. Right, so then we've got that on there. And then I'm literally just going to do a little running stitch down that centre line that we were putting in to the other leaves. Just like that. And then I'm going to go back up in between the stitches. So where there's a gap, I'm going to put the stitch, and where there's a stitch, I'm going to be at the back. You know what I mean. See, so now it's flippy at the top, but it's secured down. It just adds another dimension. So then the second one, I'm going to put there. We had it at the top there, didn't we? So I'm almost putting a leaf next to a leaf, if that makes sense. Haven't broken my thread this time, so I'm just going straight through again to roughly the centre, and I'm just going to run that stitch one in, out, in, pull that through like that, and then come back between the stitches. Because it's mushroom on mushroom, it's quite hard for you to see. I probably should have done it in a different colour. And now, where do we want to put the third one? I think we had him, oops, down here somewhere, didn't we? Go there. So again, centre-ish. Whoops. I've got both threads through there. That's better. There we go. And then just do your running stitch. Make sure it's sitting where you want it to sit, because while you've only got it on that single thread and no stitches, you can obviously manipulate it. And then just do your running stitch through there, and then come back up and fill that gap that's there. So I'm coming past the leaf, up to the stitch, back through at the end of the stitch, and then down through that at the bottom of the top stitch there. Okay, and then just do a little knot, because we are finished with that. And there we have our fabric applique leaves. They will fray over time, but if that bothers you, you can use some kind of stabilising. And then obviously we've got our sashiko type stitching in the back. So this week is leaves and sashiko stitching. So we've now done 6 of our panels. We've only got 3 left, so there'll only obviously be 3 more of these, but next week I will be coming back with Roxy's general stitching. That will be next Sunday's video, and then we'll come back to this the week after. As always, thank you so much for joining me. Hope you've enjoyed that. Remember, if you have found pleasure, inspiration, hit the like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye for now.